If you can hear the traffic outside, it's a busy Friday. If you can hear my cat absolutely losing it, it's because it's a Friday. And if I look a little bit more hopeful, it's because it's a Friday. So last night, I was at the bar with my fiance, and we were watching The Godfather on the bar TV, as you do. And as I was sitting at the bar and I was one twisted tea deep, I thought to myself, I think I have to make another YouTube video soon. And I need to make a video about pure cinema and how much I love it. So welcome to my ranking of all the Paranormal Activity movies. But before I begin, I think it's only necessary that I dress for the part of ranking all the Paranormal Activity movies. So excuse me for one moment. Oh my god. I'm so dead. See, this is what happens when you try to commit to the bit. I made this costume, and as simple and basic as it looks, it was a pain in my butt, and then on top of that, I cannot read my script at all. I will say that this is my opinion, and this isn't fact. Don't take anything to heart. And if you happen to be as crazy as I am, and you really hold Paranormal Activity close to your heart, and you disagree with me on any of this ranking, it's okay. We're people. It happens. And that's the fun part about art, is that people can have different opinions. And everyone's still breathing. Unlike me, I'm dead right now. I'm a ghost. So coming in at the lowest, number 7, is Paranormal Activity 6, The Ghost Dimension. It is by far the movie with the most annoying characters. The only good thing I can really say about this group, this family, is that once crap hits the fan with the youngest person in this house, they actually try to call a priest and help. So I give them credit for that, but sadly it doesn't hold up very well anywhere else in the movie. The uncle character, his name is Uncle Mike. The uncle in this movie, he's kind of like the comic relief. I think he's supposed to be the comic relief, but in a horror film, I feel like you don't need to really hammer in a comedic relief character, because everyone's supposed to be scared shitless. And if you got someone being like, oh, I'm so wacky, it kind of throws everyone off. I mean, it could possibly be done well. In a movie franchise like Paranormal Activity, it kind of falls flat, and it makes the movie overall seem like a parody of itself. They try really hammering in this time travel element, and then they also try to hammer in that this is the new gimmick. You can see Toby. You can see what he looks like. And it's not really well executed. He's just a big black void pretty much. He looks really tall, and he has a demon face, the 2010s demon face. Really elongated mouth, black eyes, So it really falls flat. It tries, but it falls flat. And even with the scares, it is not good at all. It relies heavily on jump scares. There's hardly any tension getting built up before they slam something scary in your face. Compared to all the other movies, it's the worst, in my opinion. There's also something I would like to add in with each movie I go over, is a character spotlight. I may not like the character, I may strongly hate the character, I may strongly love the character. Either way, I feel strongly in a certain way for this character. The character for this movie would be Uncle Mike, for all the wrong reasons. He is annoying. His jokes aren't funny at all, in my opinion. If he makes you laugh, terrific. If he doesn't, welcome to the club. He is by far, I think, the most annoying character in the whole entire franchise. He is the reason why this movie feels like it is a parody of Paranormal Activity. Coming in at number 6 is Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, which was the 7th installment in the franchise. You can tell that with number 6, The Ghost Dimension, they realized that time has run its course in the franchise, and that was the last movie they were making, because they were basically every October or every year there was a new Paranormal Activity movie, and you can kind of tell when things started getting really stale for them, and number 6 was like the final nail in the coffin. However, number 7 rolls around like in 2022. I want to say it was about 2022. If I'm wrong, put the date here that the movie came out, and I think it was straight to Paramount Plus. And that's the only reason I had a Paramount Plus account. And I still have one. I love it. But this was the reason I bought a Paramount Plus account. I was so excited when I heard that they were rebooting Paranormal Activity. However, upon watching this movie, I think they should have let Paranormal Activity die. They should have buried that they should have buried that shit 6 feet under. Each foot per movie. Just end it at Ghost Dimension. You can end it on a flop. It's okay. It happens. That just means you've learned your lesson. If it was just a standalone, it had nothing to do with Paranormal Activity. I think the reason they only tacked on Paranormal Activity is because they were like, we gotta see if they'll give this movie a chance. It's shot beautifully. The main characters who are holding the cameras in this, who are the cameramen, they're actual, like, their character is their cameraman, and they're filming this documentary about the main character, Margot, meeting her family, who is Amish, her biological family, for the first time. And she's trying to figure out what happened to her mother, her birth mother. And it's shot beautifully. The opening, they're at Denny's. And if you need to know one thing about me other than my love for Paranormal Activity and found footage as a whole, I love Denny's. If I want good breakfast, I go to Denny's. That may be because my standards are so low and I'm so cheap, or it may be because I'm classic. I'm classic like that. I'm going to be honest, I tried watching this movie again, and every time I black out. I stopped caring. I stopped getting invested in the storyline. My thing with found footage is that it's all or nothing. Either you stay with the gimmick, or you label yourself as a mockumentary, like something like Lake Mungo, where it's not all shaky cam. There's a part towards the end of this movie where it stops being found footage, and it's jarring, because the whole rest of this movie is found footage. Someone's holding a camcorder or a camera. You know where the footage is coming from, and then all of a sudden it breaks this random fourth wall. It's odd, and it throws you out of it. My character spotlight for this movie is the only one I can remember, which is Margot, who is the main character. And other than that, I know absolutely nothing. I remember absolutely nothing. I don't care. I'm not invested. Coming in at number 5 is by far the most memeable Paranormal Activity. Me and my fiance constantly quote this movie. Paranormal Activity 4. I could say that I adored Catherine Newton before Lisa Frankenstein, because she is in this movie. She is the main character, and she is the main character. She's awesome. She does great. She bounces off her co-actor. His character's name is Ben. They bounce off each other so effortlessly. Their chemistry is awesome. It's refreshing after these last 2 movies I just talked about. Now, what throws this down on the list is the parents in this movie are so up their own butts that the safety of their kids is just thrown to the wayside, which is the cause of what is the catalyst of what is causing Toby to get the upper hand. There's a scene where Toby makes a chandelier fall almost on Catherine Newton's character Alex, and it cuts to a scene where I keep saying Catherine Newton, where Alex is like, "Mom, I have this on camera. It fell, and before it fell, all this weird stuff was happening. I think there's something in the house." And the mom just goes "I understand this would have been totally upsetting if this happened to me. I understand if a chandelier fell on me." And the dad's on the phone with the chandelier company. I don't know. I'm too broke to even be near a chandelier. The only chandeliers I've been around are the ones in the lighting section of Lowe's. So I don't know if there's a chandelier company. I don't know if there's like an installer company. I have no idea. A lighting company, maybe? I have no clue. Anyway, doesn't matter. Dad's on the phone with this company, and he is complaining about how a chandelier almost hurt his daughter. But she's trying to talk to him, and he's like, not now. Dude, if my kid almost got a chandelier dropped on them like a house to the Wicked Witch in Wizard of Oz, I would be losing my mind. And I'd be like, what footage do you have? Let me see the footage. I want to see. This is the movie where they decide to use the Xbox Kinect as a device to catch ghosts. The Xbox Kinect and the camera's night vision use like the motion sensors to detect movement. The scares overall are pretty effective. They do love their jump scares, but there's some tension building and some build up, so it pays off. All right, I gotta talk about my favorite character in this movie, Robbie. Robbie is an icon. He's supposed to be a creepy little kid, and we'll talk about that cliche coming up. He's supposed to be a creepy little kid, and he's just so... His character is just effortlessly, like, quotable and funny. There's a scene where this kid, he's friends with Wyatt, who's the little brother. He starts staying with him, and they start building, like, a friendship. Things start hitting the fan when he moves in, and they're unpacking his belongings, and he has, like, a really old stuffed animal, and he also has a fork, just a random fork. And as he's unpacking, he is just so delicately just taking everything out and placing it down. And he goes, this is Ship Shuba. That's the stuffed animal's name. It's Ship Shuba. And Alex is filming and is like, okay. And he goes, and this is a fork. And she's like, we have forks. And he goes, well, this is a very old fork. It's very old. My camera decided to pull a me and die, so I had to recharge my camera battery. So we're probably looking a little funky again. Coming in at number 4 is Paranormal Activity 3. This one is the creepy kid cliche to a maximum, and this also has the trope where at least one of the parents doesn't believe what's going on. This third installment actually is a prequel. Going off of the first and second movie, because the first and second movie follow Katie and Christy as adults dealing with the hauntings, and this third one is basically revealing that this is what happened when they were kids. So this demon Toby has been following them for quite a while, at least a hot minute. This one is decked out to the nines in Paranormal Activity lore. Lots of world building, lots of more context as to what's happening with the family and why this demon is all for this family and causing problems. Causing a little bit of a ruckus, if I do say so myself, which I do. So we have Katie and Christy as the kiddos. Toby kind of likes to befriend kids, which is like gross and weird. And so he decides to be friends with Christy, who's the youngest out of the two. And then you have Julie, who is the biological mom of Katie and Christy. And then you have Dennis, who is not just the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up. And he is a wedding videographer, hence why there's cameras all over the place and why he is obsessed with filming. So good context as to why it's found footage. Good family dynamic. Julie's kind of just like, the kids will do something questionable because of Toby, and Dennis will be like, hey, isn't that weird? And Julie would just go, they're kids. Kids are weird. Kids are supposed to be little freaks, you know? Everything was still new and exciting for Paranormal Activity when the third movie came out. So the scares aren't too cheap. There's jump scares, but there's good build-up. And there's perhaps my favorite camera trick in this whole entire franchise. It is revealed in the movie that Dennis took apart one of Julie's rotating fans and put the camera on it. So the camera is constantly panning back and forth between the kitchen and like the entryway to the home / like living room. So that goes for some pretty good scares where the camera will turn and then something will come on screen away from the camera, and then the camera will pan back, and then there'll be something there, and then it'll turn back, and it's just so slow. It's perfect. The character spotlight goes to my main man, Randy, because it looks like he borrowed my high school wardrobe, pretty much, and he is the one to call out the BS when things start getting way too dangerous. My favorite line in this movie is, "You are not dealing with Casper the friendly ghost here now." My concern with the logic on some of the characters is, if I was a mother and my boyfriend at the time was like, "Hey, there's some really weird things going on. Can I film both your kids in their bedroom while they're sleeping every night?" I would question that a little bit. I would feel a little uncomfortable. And he also puts a camera in their bedroom. And my main concern would be my kids, but, like, I'd also feel uncomfortable if, like, my fiance today was just like, "Can I film us sleeping?" Sometimes my keys show up on the floor. So I'm going to pop a camera on and watch us sleep every night. Coming in at number 3 is Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones, which is the 5th installment in this franchise. This is the breath of fresh air that this franchise needed. And then when they came out with 6 and 7, it was like, no more, you're fine. Like, you peaked at 5 with the further installments and the further lore in this series. You're fine. You could have stopped at 5. I love the characters in this movie. It's a bunch of younger characters, just out of high school. Jesse's the main character. He just graduated from high school. He buys a camera with his graduation money, and he's just filming, like, just silly things, like, with his friends. Like, he would have been, like, one of those kids that's like, "Yeah, I used to make YouTube videos, and then I deleted the channel when I got older because it was kind of cringe." He's so fun. He's so charming, and you feel bad that crap starts happening to him, like, real bad. This is a whole different family, but they're still affected by the same people and the same cult, same coven, I should say. You get a healthy amount of comedic relief with Jesse's friend Hector. He's definitely not an Uncle Mike character. The best scares, in my opinion, is if you watch the extended edition or you watch the deleted scenes. There is a deleted scene, at least, where Jesse and his 2 friends go inside a church, and they do, like, what they think is, like, a silly little haha ritual. Nothing's gonna happen. And he ends up, like, unleashing something, or Toby starts messing with him. Noises start happening in the church, and it's just those 3. My character spotlight for this movie is Grandma Irma. She is so cute, and I love her character so much. And you can tell when Jesse starts openly communicating with this otherworldly being, she immediately is like, no, we're not doing that. Not happening. At number 2 on my list is Paranormal Activity 1. Yes, I am ranking the original not at number 1. I am not ranking number 1 at number 1. And I have my reasonings. Granted, you may not be happy with them, but they're still my reasonings. And if you want to fight me on it, you can make your own video. So Paranormal Activity 1, I rewatched this twice to double check my decision on ranking this at number 2. This is the movie I use to base off all the other movies to see where they fall. One of my favorite things is the chemistry between Katie and Mika, even though Mika is an ass. He loves his camera. I figure if Katie didn't exist, he would just marry his camera. He would be with his camera. Another one of my favorite things is the framing they used. With Productivity, with a lot of their stuff, you're always looking in the background. Especially, I want to say, within the first 4 movies, any type of still frame, you are searching in the further depths of the frame to see if anything is hidden. And there were times where, upon my, 3rd or 4th watch of the movie, I was finding things. And it's awesome. It's awesome to still have that rewatchability. They knew what they were doing with keeping that door open in the hallway. So you're looking into the hallway and the other rooms, the 2 other guest bedrooms, and the stairway. My character spotlight for this movie is Dr. Fredericks. He's already been in the house. He's already visited this house and kind of gotten to know Katie and Mika and their situation. And, of course, Mika makes it worse for everyone. Go figure. Good job, Mika. So they call upon him towards the end half of the movie he walks in, maybe, I'll even credit him. He walks in 2 steps into the house, and he goes, I gotta go. There's something bad here. I gotta go. And Katie is clearly, like, losing her mind. She is so broken and scared. And Mika has this camera in his face, like, where you going? Where you going? Why are you going? And Dr. Fredericks is just like, I gotta go. I can't. He doesn't want me here. This thing does not want me here. And it's just going to get worse if I stay here longer. Meet him on the front porch. Coming in at number 1. My number 1. The best one in my opinion. Again, in my opinion. Is Paranormal Activity 2. I love this movie. This is the movie I go to when I'm trying to watch Paranormal Activity. If I, like, get a craving to watch Paranormal Activity, this is the one I put on. This one follows Christy, Katie's sister, and her family. And this is also technically a prequel. My favorite question for found footage is, why are they filming? And this is smart. They bring home a newborn baby. So they start documenting, like, him in the house and, like, how the family's doing with this new baby. And then something crazy happens in the house and they get security cameras. So the rest of the movie is, like, security camera footage for inside and outside the house. And I think that's smart, it's effective, and it's logical. There is a baby and a dog in this, so stakes are so high and anxiety is through the roof, hoping that nothing bad happens to either of them. I will not say if anything bad happens to either of them. I'm going to leave that up to you to decide on if you want to figure that out. You can also just Google it. Overall, phenomenal family chemistry. I could believe that they were an actual family. I like the way they bounce off each other. I believe the scares are pretty effective. None of the characters annoy me. This is technically a prequel. It takes place before the events of Paranormal Activity 1. So Katie and Mika, we get some extra Katie and Mika time, and Mika still annoys the crap out of me. But I love Katie. I'll show up for Katie. My character spotlight has to go to my favorite character in the movie, Allie Ray. She does so much for the second movie as well as the 5th. And I wish they would have brought her back for the last 2 movies in the franchise, because I feel like that would have been, 1, a good connection, and 2, I just miss her. So, yeah. To whoever brought me back, thank you so much for that. If you happen to agree or disagree with my ranking, pop a comment down below. Please don't be mean or call me names. This is just Paranormal Activity. This isn't life or death. I mean, for this video, it was pretty much that, but we'll look past that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm sure next time I go to the bar and watch another cinema classic, I will come up with something after 1 or 2 twisted teas, and you'll catch me back on this channel. If you like hearing me yap, you can hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, you can hit the like button. And if you want to give me your opinion, you can pop a comment down below. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.